Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get a source of magical Beastkiller to use on Lord of the Sewers. I have seen a surprising amount of comments from players saying they just don't own any magical Beastkiller whatsoever. They're trying to kill Lord of the Sewers, they're trying to make their Aerith, some killers for like the Holy Reflection strategy, and they just don't have killers. So one of the easiest and best killers for Beastkiller is the Scorn of Amen. So you're going to come to the Chamber of the Fallen, you're going to go to the Chamber of the Indignant, Scorn of Amen, but we're going to easy mode. Now hard mode is very hard, we're not doing that today, but easy mode from the intermediate is where we get Beastkiller Plus, and that's going to be a 75% Beastkiller for magical and physical, and it's very, very good, and it's pretty easy to one-shot on turn one, so you don't got to really worry about the mechanics of the fight. So we're not going to take a friend. You obviously could. There's no reason not to. So grab your best, your best turn one finisher friend if you have one. If you don't have any, we're not going to need one, so we're not taking one. But if you want to bring one, by all means, do it. We're going to go with this team. It's a pretty cheap and easy team to build. We're going to use Last Gen as our finisher. Any finisher you want on turn one is fine. You can bring like Zidane. He's probably the best option for turn one. But you do want to stick to physical damage, and you want to stick to fire damage only. You need to use fire damage to hurt the boss on turn one, and he's much weaker to physical as opposed to magic. So any physical fire finisher will be pretty easy to one-shot Scorn of Amen intermediate mode to get that nice killer. We're going to use Last Gen. Some other good options are like the Edward and Alfonsi Elric brothers. What's the dude's name? King Bradley would work. Who else? Zidane. I mentioned Zidane. But some good turn one finisher is what we're looking for. So we're going to use Sylvie. Now another comment I saw is players asking how am I using her triple cast on turn one. You have to enhance her all pinned up passive. This needs to be enhanced for the turn one triple cast. So make sure it's +2. Wearing her TMR is all that really matters. She's going to be a buffer and filling LB gauge. We're going to use Prompto for his good defense break. It's Sagita rifle. It's an 87% defense break. The strongest defense break you have, the better. If you've got Venera with a 90% break, she's wonderful. If you don't have either, an 85% break is fine as well. But you want to bring a really strong defense break because the boss has no stat passives. Here's the last Reagan we're going to use to kill the boss, no STMRs. Ancient Sword is really good because it gives Undead Killer, and the boss is undead. That's going to help deal more damage. And we want to use a fire weapon. We're not using Fire Imbue, and we're killing on turn one, so we're not using setup. So just the best fire weapon you have. Other than that, just LB damage against Undead Killer. So we're using no STMRs or anything, just relatively cheap gear. A lot of LB damage, his own card. He's got 290 LB and 175 Reaper. Mastermind Zahn and Itachi, they are just going to be support chain. You can bring any support chainers you want, but they have to be chaining fire element. So Zahn wearing his TMR with a fire weapon, and then Itachi with her TMR and a fire weapon. They're going to chain Bolting Strike just so we can cap. And again, you could bring a finisher, finisher friend if you want to, or a buffing friend, and it'll be fine. But so the boss ambushes a lot of bad stuff. We're not really worried about it. We're just killing on turn one here. Okay, so we're going to use Prompto to Sagita rifle to do a really powerful defense break. Sylvie is going to triple cast. We're going to do all eggs in one basket on Lastwell Reagan. We're going to do hop into battle on Lastwell Reagan. And then it doesn't really matter what else we do, just something, you have to do something for the triple cast. So that's going to give... I used her mitigation. The boss puts zombie on your team as an ambush. Normally I would explain about zombie because we weren't supposed... Okay, Sylvie's mitigations heal your party. I shouldn't have done that. It didn't really matter because no one died, but don't use any healing as you do this fight. So, yeah, use something else as Sylvie's third cast. Don't use her mitigations. But no one died, so whatever. Anyway, we're going to use the shifted LB of Lastwell Reagan, and then Itachi and Zahn are just going to support chain. Don't use Bolting Strike. I'm sorry. don't use ice element with Itachi. Use non-elemental so we can use fire stuff. And then Zahn will just triple cast Bolting Strike as well. And this should take out the boss in, one hit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and chain. Wait for the chain to build. We're going to send Last Fall Reagan. And there goes the boss. I don't know how much HP the boss has. I think a million. I mean a billion. So I don't know how much we overkilled by. 4 billion. Wow. I actually don't know how much HP the boss has. But yeah. So there is the Beastkiller Plus. So a turn 1 OTK, not a problem. Not a problem. So Undead Killer, LB damage, Sylvie to buff up your party or buff up your finisher, because Sylvie's Magnus is a really big LB damage buff as well. Stick exclusively to fire element, because the boss can only be hurt by fire on turn 1. And we did all missions. We did, 5 turns, no KOs, no items. And don't use healing. Don't use healing on your party. That was a little bit of an oops, but it's okay. It's okay. We got it. So there is a 75% source of Beastkiller. Some other sources of Beastkiller, magical Beastkiller, are the Ifrit Esper. Now he gives 75% Beastkiller Plus to magic. The regular Beastkiller won't work on mages like Aerith, but the Beastkiller Plus is 75%. A better option is Bahamut, but no, I got some comments saying, level 60 Bahamut with all the killers and all is a little expensive, and it is true. I have been heavy investing in my Bahamut because I'm like a day 1 player. It's hard for newer players, but if you do have Bahamut, he gives 50% magical Beastkiller, and he's even though it's less killer, it's better because Bahamut's stats are so high. But Ifrit is a totally fine budget option. Some other options for killers are for Aerith. What would Aerith use for gear? Let's see. And again, there may be more that I actually don't own. Aerith would actually not use any of that. Okay, so Materias. What are some other good Materias for magical Beastkiller? Okay, Barbarissa's Spirit. This is Barbarissa's TMR. If you've got Barbarissa, you can Moogle her TMR for 50% magical Beastkiller. We just got the 75% from the trial. You should have Universe Eater, which is a 75% to both. This is from an event that just happened very recently. Hopefully no one skipped the event. It's really good. And then some other sources are Galaxy Eater from the same event. Champions of the Tournament. This is from an old story event. It's limited. If you don't have it, you already missed it. Same thing with this, Defeat Evil Beast. This is an old event. Necropolis is from Chamber of Arms. You can go in there in one shot. I think it's from Brachium, the Chamber of Arms boss. That's fine. I don't know. It's one of them. One of them in any case. Yeah, but the big thing is Beastkiller Plus. So Beastkiller Plus, including Ifrit, will give you 150 magical Beastkiller for your Aerith for the Lord of the Sewers. And if you have it, Universe Eater is a really good option as well. That'll give you 225% in total. But anyway, go in there in one-shot Scorn of Aemon easy mode and get that 75% killer, so you can do, the Lord of the Sewers. Okay, see you later.